to tell you a quick little story about this first tune, because it's kind of a neat thing going on here. A couple of weeks ago, this group got to travel up to Cleveland. A lot of you, we saw you, and thanks for your support at this, the Battle of the Bands, East Ensemble versus West Ensemble. It was very well attended, it was very cool. We got a pretty nice chunk of money for that, and the idea was it was going to help. East was going to California, they're going to the West Coast, and this band was going to the East Coast. They went to New York and DC over spring break. Well, most of these kids had already made all their payments by the time they came up. East kind of did it last second, and they needed the money really badly. But it was kind of like, well, what are we going to do with this? So we came up with the idea, like, well, it'd be really fun to take another trip, because we have this kind of free money now. And so what we did is we went up to Cleveland and went to the Tri-C Jazz Festival, and the students performed. But also on that trip, we got a chance to go, and we actually read this last year, this tune you're about to hear. We got to work with the faculty, the jazz faculty at Akron University. We listened to the CJO, the Cleveland Jazz Orchestra, play their recording of this tune. We got to meet the guy who arranged this. His name is Rich Shanklin, and we did an actual clinic with him. So we're not, I guess, just a class or whatever. The kids came in and they played, and I don't know what he was expecting, but he was blown away when he heard them play this. He's like, oh my goodness, I had no idea high school kids can play this. He was so excited that he's been pestering me now. And he's like, I've got to come down and work with these kids again. I just had such a blast working with your students. They're so great. And so next week, we're actually going to get that opportunity. He is driving all the way down from Akron because he wants to work with these students again. So next Wednesday after school, we actually have a master class. And he's going to work with these students here. And they're all the jazz students are invited. Anybody, actually, if you'd like to come, please come. It's Wednesday after school at 3 o'clock. He's going to be working with these students and just giving some helpful tips and stuff. A really, really fantastic arranger and a really fantastic guy. You guys really liked him, right? Yeah. He was very, very kind to us. And as soon as they were done playing, he said something that it just touched my heart a little bit. He pulled me aside and he goes, "Thanks for playing this music so beautifully." And I think he said it to them too. I may not have heard him say that. I was just like, wow, what a tribute to this crew of musicians right here, to have a guy who arranges for a professional group all the time in college groups, to be really moved by what we were doing. So I really hope you enjoy this. It's going to feature somebody who you all know very well, Erin Fitzpatric. He's going to be playing some flugelhorn and trumpet. And this is called Days of Wine and Roses.